Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today we're going to play around and do something kind of like this. Not exactly, because I already did this one. My creativity got a little zapped with the cold that I got, and so I'm kind of just trying to get the mojo back. And I've wanted to do these background pages for a while to use in journals or tear up for collage or whatever. Just play because it's fun. Doesn't have to be any specific reason. And I'm sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I'm trying to get rid of this stuff, but it's, it hangs on because that's what these colds do. But anyway, I am feeling a lot better. So the first thing that I did when I made this page was I used the Tim Holtz Distress Oxides like I did for the fabric swatching that I did, which I also need to make more of those, where I use the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide sprays, or for one of them, I'm going to use the ink just pushed onto that. And that one is Rusty Hinge. And I've got Wild Honey, Speckled Egg, Ground Espresso, Vintage Photo. This particular one was Walnut Stain. But what I do is I use the stain first, and then I add a little bit of gesso and make another square, and add a little bit more gesso and do another square. But it doesn't really matter what you're doing, because in the end, I'm covering parts of them and doing things like that. It's just to give you that idea of the swatching and all of that. And then I just did, as you can see, all kinds of other things. So we will go through all of that and play around and just yeah, that. So how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. I am doing pretty good now that I'm back among the living. It was rough, and like I said, it just completely zapped my energy. Like, I just had no energy. It zapped my creativity. It just, wow, it knocked me for a loop to do. So I'm glad that I'm feeling better. This might not work like this because I don't have that Rusty Hinge spray. So we'll just do the best we can with this and this. Oh, and by the way, this is an egg holder that I got at the Dollar Tree. It makes a great palette. I like it because the little cups are a little bit bigger than on normal palettes. Yeah, I'm strange. And then you're just obviously going to paint it onto your paper. And this is just tea-dyed paper that I have. But you can use just white copy paper. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Because, again, these will be pages you'll either tear up or... now what I'm going to do... Sorry, I was jabbering. But you'll either tear them up or you could use them as a whole page in your journal. And obviously, I know this is not something you're going to make 100 of, right? Just make a couple. You could even copy them, scan them, whatever, and have them to use whenever you want. And I just scooped some of the white gesso. You can use white acrylic paint, doesn't matter. I just have gesso right here, so. And the first one kind of does that weird ring, and I think that's just that Distress Oxide. It like separates. It does dry a little less noticeable. These ones don't do it because of the gesso, so if you want to, you could start with the gesso mixed in a little and add a little more and then a little more. It's up to you. And then we'll add a little bit more gesso. You're just, making the variation of shade. Really is all we're doing. Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. I'm just happy to be feeling a bit better. Okay, so just like that. And then we do the next color. And you can do whatever colors that you have or want to do. So when I have that, I just spray it in there instead of trying to get it off the little card here. Some colors I have in spray, some colors I have in the stamp pads, so it's kind of just a hodgepodge. But you could use I think you could do the same thing like with watercolors and a little gesso, or just use acrylic paint. You don't even have to do all this nonsense if you don't want to. I kind of want to try mixing it up just a tiny bit first to see if that does help with that separating thing it does. And I just went around and did one here and there and wherever, because you're going to add other things. Add a little bit more. And you can always, if you have the spray, you can add a little more. You definitely don't need a ton, because you're just doing those little tiny swatches. We are going to do a little bit more something else with it too, but yeah, I saw one of those egg trays at the Dollar Tree one year, and I was like, that would make a fantastic paint palette. I know I'm odd, but whatever works in my opinion, and it was $1, so yeah, perfect. For as much as I paint, I definitely don't need anything fancy. I don't do it a lot anymore. I used to. And I don't even care. It's wonky. Doesn't matter. Okay. And what other color do we want to do? Maybe we'll do some vintage photo. That one sprays out a lot. The biggest thing is getting your brush clean in between, because if you don't, it will show up somewhere that you don't want it. This one I'll do this way too. Why is it so separated? But yeah, I hope you guys are getting a little bit of sunshine. I know a lot of people got walloped again with the snow. I think we're all ready for spring, right? Just some sunshine would be fantastic. Definitely don't want it hot yet. Oh, and thank you guys too. My hubby is feeling better. He actually got through it faster. Well, I mean, he got it before I did, so it was kind of like, you know, he was further along in it than I was. But yeah, he's good. So thank you. I appreciate it. And then the other thing I did is I sprayed it down quite a bit. The little spots that I used. And then I just kind of did some random coverage of however. Doesn't even matter. Again, this is not like we're trying to paint a portrait or, you know, we're just getting some color on here. That'll look kind of cool once it dries and everything. A little more. Oh, I forgot to stamp it. That's what I needed to do first. I forgot my order. It got a little brown in that. I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Betty Ann, Nancy, Mitzi, Carol, and Sandy. I love you guys. And thank you so much for always watching and kind comments and just being the lovely people that you are. And welcome to new subscribers. And welcome back to those of you who have been with me for a long time, short time, whatever. I do so appreciate you guys, all of you. I don't know what I got all over. Oh, that's just a piece of probably gesso from something. That one doesn't have a whole lot of color, but that's okay. Just kind of paint it on there. Okay, it just gives it a little color here and there. It's not a big thing. What I wanted to do, and I didn't, is stamp my stamp. And this is a Stampin' Up! Stamp. I get asked pretty much every single time I use it. And I don't think you can get it anymore. I've had it for over 20 years. I don't even have the wood block or the box or anything anymore because I tore it off the block and put felt on the back. Oh, and one of you was saying puts, and I keep forgetting to do that. You know what I'm going to do right now? We've talked about this, all of us. I'm going to put a pin at the top because it's felt. I guess you probably could make some kind of mark and it might stay there. But we're going to put one of these pins up there and see if that helps me remember what is the top and what is the bottom, because I do mess that up quite frequently. So let me see. Yeah, this is the top. But yeah, I didn't want it on the wood. It just takes up so much space like that. And I've just had it forever, but I really do love it. It's a beautiful script. But use whatever script you have. Like I said, I don't think you can get this one anymore. But you might be able to, like on eBay, it's Stampin' Up! And I think it might have just been called script, but I'm not positive about that, so. Oh my goodness, how hard does this have to be? Very, apparently. Sorry, you guys. I should have done this the other day when we all were giving ideas on what to do to it. Okay, pin top. Jeez. And then I just am gonna kind of, I'm not hardly inking any of it because it's just gonna be this kind of thing, where it looks like little bits and pieces here and there. Because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. We're not trying to get the full script there. Okay. I do like the script though. In the end, it ends up being very cool. And I thought it might be fun to have some circles because we always love the circles. And I think for those, I'm going to use my Posca acrylic marker. I'm going to move my paint out of the way because it's just in my way. We'll try to get the most dry spots anyway. It's not totally dry yet, but you just do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. They're just fun. It's just fun sometimes to just make whatever you feel like and not worry about it. I just had no creativity. It was just like, ugh. Which is very odd for me because normally it's the brain. But all the brain was saying is go to bed. I don't listen to that very well either, but it just didn't care about videos or anything. I still can't ever go to bed, but I just couldn't create. It just was not happening. So we have next week we will start the 50 stack challenge. I'm just going to do some dots. And that is subscribers prompt picks is what we're going to be doing. Like a subscriber's choice sort of thing. I'll still draw them out of a bag. So, and I have way over 50 prompts. So probably not everybody's prompt will get picked. And I'll decide. I might do another one just depending on how it goes. But I don't want to make any promises. And I apologize if your prompt doesn't get picked. It's nothing evil. I just, you know, there's only so much I can do. And then the other thing is I closed the prompts as far as I'm not going to add any more prompts. So if you put them on the comments, they won't get added as of, you know, when I put that on there. So anyways, I'm just trying to think. I might have to get this dry. Oh, you know what I could do? Let's do some of these other little stampy things. Maybe. Oh my goodness. You know, every video, you guys, I apologize. I have to lose something. Well, I guess I will get this dry. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did do some spritzes, and I did that without you guys because I wanted to get it dry. So I sprayed with the Vintage Photo, Speckled Egg, and then I used the rusty hinge on the little piece of plastic and dabbed it all over. That's why there's little rusty bits all over. Okay, so that's all I did without you. And then I'm going to take this piece of, this is just the strip along a book page, and I just punched some holes in it. Put that down, but I'm going to ink it a little bit first. It's just called grab whatever you have and stick it to a piece of paper. Basically, this is not like... But I think that they would look cool as like maybe the beginning of a signature or, you know, just something fun to have in your journal. Or, like I said, torn up and put in another collage. That's kind of more focal-ish points or whatever. This one is a little bit shiny, so after it dries a little bit, I might put a little gesso on it. And then you can just put like pieces of, if you have old book page or numbers or just something handwritten that you handwrote even, or somebody you know handwrote or whatever. It doesn't have to be old. Maybe a little typewritten something, if you got it. Oh, another thing I want to do. This is what got me started on getting these dry before I cover them up. I like to go around these. And this is obviously, you can do that or don't. And my squiggly, shaky hands do it squiggly, but you can make yours squiggly if you want. You can make them as wonky. I like to do those little squigglies off of them. Just have fun. It's kind of zen for me. This one you can't even see anymore, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It does not matter a bit. Yeah, I like to look, like I said, at like Pinterest collages and things like that, and so sometimes just seeing the colors in the background and all that, but I don't want to just do a collage. I want to be able to use it in a journal. I mean, not that you can't use a collage in a journal, that's not what I mean, but So I was like, what if I did like a whole page that had paint and collage and, you know, just all kinds of fun stuff on it. So that's, again, I get asked, you know, about the inspiration. So I got inspired by one thing, and then it kind of just evolves and turns into something else. Which I think is, you know, sort of what we all do to an extent. I mean, everybody's got a different style about it, but... And this was an old letter from Karen's grandfather. Not like from to me, but it was something he wrote. Karen gave them to me. All right. I'm gonna sand this just a little bit. It's a little bit shiny. And then I do want some gesso on one of these. Where did I put my... Oh my goodness. If I had a brain. So some of these things I did on the last one, some of these things I didn't do on the last one. So that way they'll, you know, they're all going to have their various differences. I like these palette knives, are fun to play with. And not, you know, crazy expensive or anything. Just to add some marks of some kind. What else do I want to do to that? I need a lid for my glue. Maybe some of this black acrylic paint and water mixed pretty thinly, because that way you can sort of write with it. Sorry, thinking. I have my little stamp. Well, it's not a stamp. It's a piece of that squishy cloth that you can put on shelves or under things so they don't slip or whatever. But it's got a neat texture that I like. Got it all over me. I'm going to use my bottle. What else do we want to do to this? I want a number or a letter. I forgot I had these ones. I used, I have a couple of smaller ones like this, and then I got those large ones that I was playing around with you guys the other day. And you know what, let's gonna make a mark, but I think I want my Stabilo. I'm gonna let it make a mark in that if it does, because and that you might be able to see it almost like a stamp, because I could wash this, and if not, that's fine too. Oops, that's fine. This is gonna kind of make a mess, but that's okay. So the Stabilo All is a water-soluble pencil that you can order on Amazon, or I think you can get it at art stores. When it gets wet, it the color moves around. Yeah, that just wipes right off of there. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can't really see it, but that's okay. Just very vaguely. And then you just need like a water pen. Or you can just spritz it if you don't want to mess with paintbrushes or water pens or whatever. It won't, obviously, it'll go all over if you spritz it, but it just depends on what kind of a look or what have you want. And you can also just use it like paint. This one's a bit more grungy than the last one, which is fine. What else did I do on it? Oh, I drew something. Well, we don't have a whole lot of room. This I did with an oil, one of those China markers, I think they call them, that are just oil-based. So, but it doesn't matter. You could do it with any kind of black. You could do it with a Posca or whatever. Whatever you like. All right, I'm going to get this dry again, and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. It's mostly dry, so we're going to do a little something over here, and this is just my fountain pen with just black ink in it. This one's super fine, so sometimes it is persnickety. It doesn't want to draw the lines. But if I use my other one, it has water-soluble ink in it, and then it will not stay put. And I need it to stay put for what we're going to do on here next. So these are super simple. They're just, you know, basic leaves. You don't have to get like a botanist or just play around, have fun with it. Don't know what kind of plant it is, doesn't matter. Trust me, I do the same thing, so I'm not saying anything negative about anybody, because I I'm always like, oh, but that doesn't look like that plant, or you know what I mean? I totally get it. Sometimes it's just best to not try to think about it too hard. The thinking hard is what gets us every time, I feel like. At least it does for me. It ruins all the fun. You just go in without all the stress of, you know, worrying about all that. It's a lot more fun. In my opinion. Okay. I'll use some of my Payne's Gray ink. Where's my little spray bottle? It's all the way over there because I used it as a stamp. And I just need like tiny, tiny little dots because this ink goes a very long way. I know it got all covered up mostly, but you can come in with paper towel and lift wherever you want, and it'll make it less, not so muchness, you know. Let me do the same thing over here. It kind of looks cool when you pick it up too sometimes, depending on what it's on, you know, it kind of almost does like a crinkly thing. You can see how it moves. It's very cool. I really love this ink a lot. And it dries a little bit lighter, so don't stress too much and think, you know, it's way too dark. Okay, I just want a tiny bit up here. I want to leave, oh, that wasn't a tiny bit. Some white space, you know, is a good thing. We'll go like that. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so I think that one's good. So very different. So this is our first one, much lighter. It's just, you know, as you create, it sometimes gets real grungy. And there's the second one. Maybe I'll do one more. If the video's too long, then I'll probably take off the third one, or I'll speed it up or something. But it is fun. I do enjoy it a lot. So I'm going to start with my stamp this time. Try to get my order correct here. It's getting warm in here today. It's nice. Hallelujah. That sun is just shining. My husband's building patio chairs. We got rid of our hot tub. Got it out of our yard. Or off our patio, I guess I should say. And so now we had some room, so we just got a couple of chairs so that we can sit out there and enjoy it. I think I'll go, I like this speckled egg a lot, but I'm going to try mixing it with the acrylic, the gesso first, so that hopefully I don't get those weird oil stains, or, you know, where the paint kind of separates. Try to avoid that this time. See, that's the thing about playing, is you can figure out new ways to do things that work better than maybe the first time you do it. Or it might not work better, who knows? Hopefully it works better. How's that? Put this one at the bottom this time. I think I keep putting the blue one at the same way at the top. I do like this. It gets very icy looking, and I like that. And a little bit more, so each time you add a little bit more. Kind of got a lot more, but that's fine. Yeah, you don't get as much variation that way between them, but I think it's better only because I'm gonna add some more water. I feel like, or I don't like those little oily, or whatever it is, the color coming out weird. They look oily is why I keep calling it oily, I guess. I think I'll do some ground espresso this time. I got it all over the place. It looks like chocolate. Put this one maybe across here. Well, I know there are people that don't love chocolate. I was going to say who doesn't love chocolate, but yes, I know there are people. And there are people that are allergic too, so obviously they don't love it. But I do. That would be sad days to be allergic to it, especially if you liked it. Okay, and then we're going to add more water and do the same, kind of just paint it all over. I just like it to have a little bit of a watery consistency when I do that part. And then, okay, I know I got it on there, it's fine. Okay. Then what do I want? Maybe we'll do the honey again. Wild honey. Oh, there's already some in there. Oh. I do like that better, how it doesn't, the color doesn't come out like it did on the other one, other two. That's still too close. Because these are all pretty close to the same. Because I didn't add enough white. I don't know that really changed it at all. Suppose you could add other colors even to it and see what you get too. See, the ideas just keep coming. When you get plain, that's why playing is good. I want more white in there. Okay. I'll spray it. And then we can add some other things to it. So this. Glue. Got too many things out here. Glue, glue, glue. Some of this stuff, which is fabulous, because you can see through it. Oh, I keep forgetting. I need to go over the top of those. Yeah, look, they all are almost the same color this time. That is so weird, because the only thing I changed was the first one. Very interesting, I have to say. I'm gonna have to get this dry. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's mostly dry. Everything just turned the same color. It's okay. It's all in fun. Look at my hands. All right. I mean, I think they're still going to be cool regardless of whether the palette, the swatches turned out very interesting or not, but yeah. That one, they're just like everything's the same. That's okay. Oh, I did spray because I keep forgetting that. Sorry. I'm sure somebody was yelling at me, but you know, me brain does not always work as designed, unfortunately. Quite frequently, actually. Something about videos that makes me become totally dingy. You'd think after you do them for as long as I have, it wouldn't even faze me, but it does. Okay. So that's what I wanted, because then when I put this piece on over the top, you'll still be able to sort of see. So that was what the problem was. I know. Oh, it was this one. All that for that. But, you know, that's what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Because this paper is see-through, so. Okay. That made me happy. Oh, some sewing tissue would be fun. I liked that on the first one, and I did not do that on the second one. It's always a fun thing to play with. Because it is also transparent. Not that there's anything right there, but you know. Or occluded, not totally transparent, but you know what I'm talking about. Whatever I'm yammering about at the moment. I want to keep the 12. Stay there, Mr. 12. Got a little blue paint too. From a scraper. Okay. Then, oh, you know what was really cool about this? Do you guys remember when I did the alcohol ink on the snaps? Well, look, it left those little prints on the deli paper. So I used those, and that's all I got. So I got no more. But it was fun while it lasted. I do have this, though. I can use some of just spots, but it was fun with the snaps. I could make more. But I kind of got enough junk. These ones I turned the edge over because I thought that they would stick too much. And they really don't. Let's use this. If it's working. This is the one with the water-soluble ink in it. I don't want to do that side. Maybe we'll do this side for some variety. Oh, what was that called? Who knows? The weirdest leaf you've ever seen. That's what it was called. Come on now. Don't give up on me now. It's because it's drying on this tissue that has glue on the back. I'm telling you, all these things are so persnickety. It's like my sewing machine. You try to stitch through something that the ink is not, or the glue is not 100% dry. It wants to be a turd about it. I get it, but come on. Work with me. It's the same with all these pens. If the ink's not all the way, or the paint's not all the way dry, the glue's not all the way, I really have ink in my brain. Can you tell? It's bad. I can hear the ink in there, so I know you're not empty. Doesn't wanna. Yeah, those are some sad day leaves. Okay. We're just going to go real light because it's not going to take hardly anything. Okay, I'll stop. Because trust me, it'll happen, and then all of a sudden you can't even tell what in the world you drew. So that's not fun. We don't want to do that. Okay, what else do I want to put on there? Maybe another little bit of... handwriting would be kind of better, huh? I like how it's blue. Put it over here somewhere. It's got black on it. Just want the one with the white. Y'all, I just had it, and now I don't know what I did with it. Oh my gosh, it's right there. This one over here. Sorry, I don't talk a whole lot when I get doing these kind of things because it's requiring concentration. So I apologize. I know it's kind of like literally watching paint dry, right? that ink will also move around. Old ink does that. At least as far as I've noticed. I'm sure there were inks that didn't, but this is the same, just white ink instead of black ink in the bottle with water. Woo! Just throwing things, don't mind me. What else do I want to put on there? Maybe a stamp. So I have this. This is the China marker that I was talking about that I drew the first leaf with. It won't take, or, you know, it's not like water soluble, so it won't, because it's like a grease marker or a ink marker or a oil marker. Oh my goodness. Not marker, pencil. I told you I can't think when I'm doing this. My brain just goes, yeah. How about one thing at a time? A wreck today. I keep putting things where I can't see them, and then I can't see them. I do want to play with this. Maybe we'll play with the gold. Play with the gold. See what it looks like. This one doesn't move as well as the Payne's Gray, I will say. I need to get some other colors. I just haven't. Just another thing to buy that I don't really want to buy right now. Drips. Yeah, I like the Payne's Gray a lot more. I mean, I love the gold. I love gold anything, but this one just doesn't move as well as the Payne's Gray. I wonder if it's better if you do that first. Not really. I mean, it's moving, but it's very slow. It's doing better. So I guess with the gold, you got to put a little water down first. That one's pretty much a hot mess. So the first two, were better. But, you know, you got to play or you don't figure stuff out. So the first one was best. And of course, because I didn't do a video on that one. But anyway, there it is. At least you know how I did it. This one. And the final one is kind of a hot mess, but there it is. So anyway, I hope you guys give it a try and see if you have fun doing it. And I'll talk with you soon. Love ya. Bye.